As you're finishing back there, just remain silent if you would. Thank you so much. In his first speech in 2024, Shah speaks about his eternal relationship with his father in his speech entitled, All Hail the King. Please welcome Toastmaster Shah.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I have traveled much and been away for a long time, and it's been a while since I've properly spoken to you in anything beyond 90 seconds. When I joined the club in 2016, my life was very different. I was 24. I was younger. I met Garen and Catherine out front, and I had both my parents. Now, I am 3 years away from having lost my second parent, and I would like to talk about the first parent I lost, who is my father, Atul Amritlal Shah. Everybody knows, most people know, some things about my mother. Some people have met her. I've given a speech about her. But almost nobody in Florida at all knows anything about my father. He lived in New Jersey and New York for most of his life. And one of my very first memories was when I was a boy, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. My parents got in their Ford Aerostar minivan and they drove off to work together. And I loved them so much that as a child, expressing a child's instinct, I just ran down the street chasing them barefoot. And they didn't see me, they just drove off. And my sister came and got me, and we took a long walk around the neighborhood before coming home. That instinct, that desire to follow them, to be with them, to never want to be apart from them, has remained in my life, both physically and internally, psychologically, spiritually, perhaps. And I would like to show you some photographs of them. This is my mother and father. I will pass this around. This is when they're very young, maybe in their 20s. And they're just here. These are the people that created me. And basically, my father, please, you can pass this around. My father was a genius. He was one of the first people in his entire family to come to America. He studied at UC Berkeley in the 60s when all the hippie stuff was going on. He saw the Beatles play live in the Bay Area. And he got married and came back to my mom and made a life in the New York area. My relationship with him has been so close, always. Yet we were separated through very strange circumstances from separation and divorce. On Mother's Day in the year 2000, he left for reasons that may be explained later. And I always thought I might, things would be like they were. The time I was 1 to 7. And I will say, it never was. It never went back. And I thought, oh, he's just, 20 minutes away by car. That's fine, we'd meet often enough. We never lived together, though. We never had the days I had when I was learning how to ride a tricycle, and when I had a pink bicycle, and when he'd take me to the duck pond and I chased the ducks, or when every single weekend we go to Blockbuster and he'd rent me a Godzilla movie, which we would subsequently pirate, copy. These days never happened again. And somehow in 2018, he died in New Jersey, very far away. And one of the most impactful moments I had with him was in 2016, in June or July, right before I joined this club in August, when we were in the hospital together, somewhere in New Jersey. It might have been JFK Hospital in Edison, which is where he died, although I don't think it was. He was shivering He was frail and shivering. And he says, "Jai, save me!" And I interpreted that statement on many levels beyond the psychological. Because first of all, I could not actually save him or do anything other than put a blanket on him at that moment in time. But I think he was speaking about something else. I think he was speaking about having me save him from some of the heavy and horrible burdens and sorrows he had accumulated through his life, living in this world which is filled with many things that are good, but many things that are painful and horrible and agonizing. My love for him was strong and absolute. And when he was sick, basically dying for 2 years, I had to balance between being with him in New Jersey or being with my mom, who at the same time discovered she had a stage 4 cancer. And I was in a big mess psychologically in many other ways. I was drinking a lot in those days, if people remember me back then. And I suffered in order to be there for and care for both of these people who I loved so much. When he died, finally, I wasn't there with him. And I regret that very much. There was a winter storm Toby, some sort of weird blizzard that showed up in March, and that was threatening the plains. I had a flight that I could have taken to go there, but my mom advised me not to. I could have made it, but I didn't. My mom said, if it didn't happen, it wasn't meant to be. But I regret not being there with him, but still, through my life, through my soul, through the way in which I state my name now as Jai Atul Shah, I live my life in a manner that celebrates his, in a manner that respects the best of his qualities and lives those qualities in order to bring freedom to more people on this planet, which is one of the things that he educated me on. My father, Atul Amritlal Shah, is my king, and I wanted to just share a little bit of his life with you all today. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster.